What's good, champ? Growing the beard. Growing the beard. You get your Bob Marley on?
Yeah, just been staying focused though. Not really. Just staying in the gym, training.
Not giving a damn how you
Oh,
look.
fun.
Just in the gym. That's
Yeah.
what's up. That's what's up, man.
Just staying focused though overall, and just really just trying to do bigger and better things right now. But at the moment we on hold, man. It's cool though. It's
Man, they've been
cool.
having you on hold for a while, man. What they don't want you to take over. That's what it is. They don't want you to take over, man.
Yeah, it's crazy, man. You end up, you start doing things that people ain't expecting you to do, and then once you do them, they want to hate and lock you up.
Yeah, they was like that. Nah, this guy did it in 16 fights. It's just too much. We gotta slow this thing. We gotta slow this train down right quick.
Yeah. Hey, let me see. It's kind of hard to hear you though. I don't know why.
Oh,
Hold up.
yeah, help you
Yeah,
with
hello.
that. Yeah, you hear me good?
Yeah, but I think it's just it's probably his phone because his phone's about to die. So they got like this new thing going on. I don't know if people have noticed it yet, but like I guess Apple and Samsung, um, I guess once your phone goes real low in battery, like it lowers the music or the sound.
Oh, okay. Oh yeah, so you gotta
For some
flex it
reason,
up.
to save more battery. But anyways, speaking about that, let's talk about boxing.
So, yo, how's training doing, and how you staying focused with all these
Wait, hold
postponement,
on.
not knowing when you're gonna get a
Really,
date?
man, just been doing a lot of just really trying to get back to everything. Staying positive. That's the best thing. Just staying positive through it all. It's frustrating how things have been so far. And everything like that. But it's I look at it like this, man. I take it with a grain of salt, and I just keep moving forward.
That's what
You
you
know.
gotta do, man. What more can you do?
I
The way
mean, I got other things in the way at the moment. I got so that's keeping me productive, keeping me busy. Not really just just how can I say, depending on my sport. I got my other things that are going working on me right now, and for me, I thank the man above, for all those blessings. I'm looking forward to fighting before my son is born in November. You know, we already spoke about the date and everything like that, so
yeah,
I don't see why or what's the holdup. This guy says that he's ready for me. Cambosos keeps saying that he's gonna take my throne and everything. So if he's ready to fight, I'm ready to fight. I'm just waiting for the last things. I guess they're just. It takes time for them to build up or figure out a date.
yeah.
Madison Square Garden wants to fight, so
Woo!
they've been already. I'm sure they've been bugging Eddie Hearn about the fight. They want to make the fight happen over there at Madison Square Garden. I feel like, what better way? Going back to New York, going back to like just my BK family out there, and just pretty much just bringing all the five belts that we collected from that Russian, from that Ukrainian. So and just bringing it back, man, bringing back that flavor, and just and then looking for bigger and better things. My contract with top my new contract with ESPN is three fights a year. So you guys will definitely be seeing me, within at least 3 to 4 times. And that's what
I
I'm looking
hope,
forward to.
yo, I hope so. Every time there's fighters after the fight, I want to fight 3 times a year, and then it never come through fruition. It's always like 2 fights or whatever the business getting into it.
Yeah.
But yo, how you felt? How you felt? Because regardless, you were doing some great things in between. Just waiting on a date. You was going to juvenile correctional facility. How was that? How was that experience? Just giving back and giving hope to those youth.
It's a blessing. I feel like that's what it's all about. It's all about giving back. I know a lot of fighters, and I know a lot of us. It could be tempting at times where we just splurge on ourselves. But it's more than that. It's we have a God given talent. I believe I'm God gifted. But there's a lot of talented out fighters out there, and talented athletes, and they just or just talented people overall. You have that. We all have it. It's just, and then I feel like, with my 100% of blessings, I give 10% to myself and 90% back to the communities and stuff. So speaking with those kids in the juvenile center, it was heartbreaking to see that. The youngest kid I saw there was 10 years old.
Damn.
You know, 10 years old, like, and I could tell, and I just look at him, and I gave him one of my belts because I brought all my belts there so that they could grab it, and I just try to tell them like they're a champion in life. You know, don't throw your life away for things that because you're trying to fit in and try to be cool. You know,
Facts.
um,
Facts. You know,
some people think that they have no choice, but we all have a choice. You know,
facts.
everybody always wants to use that excuse, like, nah, man, like this is the cards I was dealt with. This is the way my life is gonna be, and it's not the truth, man.
Mhm.
And look, like you could really turn nothing into something. You
No,
know?
look at the same thing that you did, going and giving these kids hope. Just let's remember when when Mike Tyson said that when he was in juvenile detention center, Muhammad
Yeah.
Ali visit the prison, and he was when he visited. That's what he wanted. That's what he wanted. That inspired him. So look, if it wasn't for Muhammad Ali probably going into that facility, we never would have had a Mike Tyson. So
True.
so you do
No,
have
it's
that
very true.
so you do have that impactful right now. Maybe he's 10 years old or the kid 13 years old, but they may be the next Teofimo Lopez or even beyond the Teofimo Lopez. It'll probably be the greatest fighter or the greatest person ever.
Yeah, and I honestly, I'll tell you like this though, Punch. I'll tell you like this, man. I really just wanna, like every fighter that says they wanna, if they wanna be like me, I tell them, be better than me. Because I feel like that's what's gonna matter the most. You
Yeah,
know, I don't want anybody to try to be like me because there's only one of me. However, shoot for those same goals and be better than me on it.
yeah.
Because maybe there could be somebody. My 19-year-old self would have probably told myself, "Damn, we didn't do it at 22." You know what I'm
Hey,
saying? So it's that mindset, really. I got you
it's
connected now. You see this? Yep.
is it as a fighter, because I'm not even gonna ask you what everybody been asking you every day, those rhetorical questions. So I just want to know from a fighter standpoint, we was talking about fighters, that fighters have to have this mindset that they could beat the world. Do you turn it off and switch it on, or do you have to, or do you have trouble turning that fight mentality off? Like, are you always lit to is it
Oh
hard or
no, no,
easy?
no. I always you gotta work with that. That's like I think that's when you gotta know when to turn it off. So it took me a while to finally learn how to do that. And as I do it now, I don't even really I'm not always in fight mode or I'm not always a dickhead, you know? So you know what I mean? Like I'm over here, I'm a dickhead when it comes to my sport, but overall when I'm out there doing my thing, just living my life, I'm more at peace,
Yeah,
I'm able to walk around and just really enjoy everything, so you got to know how to turn it off,
you got to
you know.
decompress from the
And I think
sport.
that's really what it comes to. Like, I'm a monster, and I'm a whole different beast when it comes to my sport. But I'm the same animal, in and outside the ring. I just carry it differently, because it's there's no point, for me as an athlete and someone that has so much to lose. It's no point for me to continue like try to brash that out.
Yeah,
It's I rather, I always believe this. It's and there's always they have something that out right now on social media. It's pretty much a quote that says, what God gives, he can also take away. So
all the
it's
time. Yep.
like this is my time to I've made my mark,
Mm-hmm.
I've made my mark and earned my stripes. So now it's all about just now that I received that as a blessing, carry that with humbleness and awareness and just stay focused.
Yeah.
Do something that the 99% fighters ain't willing to do, so I
Yeah.
could be in that 1% club.
What's I asked this to Ghost Guerrero once. I know he's a Christian. He's very spiritual, and you seem like you getting more spiritual and more, and your personal relationship with God is getting you closer. How's that changed you as a man?
No, it really spiritually and everything. I mean, yeah, I've definitely turned my mark into something different.
Yeah.
But it's something that I need. Something I needed mentally. Just to take a lot of out the take a lot off my shoulders.
Yeah.
Try to find that like that inner peace within us, because a lot of us try to go out there, man, and um honestly, like we go out there trying to look for love sometimes, or
Yeah.
it's not even that. Like we end up trying to look for people to give us that,
Yeah.
and I feel like I had to take a step back and like, I gave so much love to everybody,
Mm-hmm.
that I forgot to give myself some love too. So I'm
Facts.
just doing that, and that's really what it came down to. So like on that spiritual ending and all that, like um, it was just really just getting back to loving myself.
That's what's up.
I probably haven't loved myself since a kid.
If you
You
don't
know,
love yourself, you don't live. If you don't love yourself, you can't love everybody else.
yeah, so it takes a lot to realize that, and then you kind of realize like, damn, so I'm just getting back on that other happiness side of me, man. That kid that pretty much was, I did everything and anything and still was having fun with it, because I feel like that's the day I'm gonna quit this stuff, when I stop having fun,
Do you
you
want?
know.
Do you plan on retiring like young? Like you just wanna, you have your goal set. I want to gain this. I want to accomplish this. You're not here for no 50 fights, 60 fights. You're
No,
here.
no, no.
You got
Nah,
other
I'm looking
plans.
forward to maybe God willing, maybe I retire healthy at 33, 34. Who knows, and kind of have so much more in my takeover promotions alongside with that, but having so many pretty much how can I say, so many towers that I built along the way in my takeover promotions and in my life, in my career, where um I could live off my endorsements and my sponsors rather than my fight, and kind of move in different ways as an investor, as a businessman, kind of have that mindset, like, because boxing's temporary, man. I don't know a lot of people, man, where they think that, I'm gonna get this check and then I'm gonna splurge it because I'm good. I'm gonna get my other fight. I'm gonna spend it on that. Like, nah, man. Like, I'll tell you, you got to go in between those checks, man. You got to go through training camp, and training camp is always freaking vicious. And then on top of that, like, you gotta like drop a lot of weight. You don't know if you get hurt while doing that. That's why I've been in the gym. I stay in the gym.
Yeah, yeah, yeah. We see you in the gym. You looking beast mode out there, son.
Yeah, I'm having fun with it, but it's that mentality. I gotta treat myself still like I'm the underdog. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Like, I gotta keep that mindset, like, cause kind of people made it seem that I ain't do nothing. You know, people
What do you
kind of
feel?
made it seem like people
Yeah.
kind of made it seem like what I did wasn't that big. So I carry it like that now. I'm like, okay, I guess it wasn't that big.
Yeah, you know what it is, and also see this boxing community has got what I think boxing has one of the most toxic fans of all of sports, and one of the most delusional fans of all of sports. That's just me. Um, I think people forget that this is a world sport. So when they say 135, you got all the belts. You're competing against the world. Nah, not just in America. You hold the undisputed crown in 135 in the world. You're the only guy in the world. I think people don't even be like, yo, that's how many people could say that? Only you. Only you.
Yeah.
I mean, there could be pretenders out there. We know that, but they could be
No, but
pretend.
yeah, I mean, that's it's a big accomplishment, man. It really is, but there shouldn't be no but in that. It's a big accomplishment. I gotta
Yeah.
hold that a little bit more up there, in that mindset, like what I did, I guess, because I'm looking forward to bigger and better things. And I'm not saying that wasn't a big and better thing for me. What I'm saying is, like, I'm just looking forward. Like, what else can I do? I think I'm like that. Like, I've always had that mentality where, like, the only time I enjoy my fights, like, I really enjoy that celebration. I won't go to sleep for like 2, 3 days after my fights.
Oh
You
yeah.
know,
So
I
you
don't go
you
to sleep
act.
for like 2, 3 days just because I want to enjoy that victory. Because I know the moment I go to sleep,
Yeah.
it's a new start for me.
I heard a
So
lot of
it's
fighters.
like
I heard a lot of fighters
everything,
can't.
like, it's onto a new chapter.
I heard a lot of fighters can't go to sleep before the fight. That night before the fight. Are you the
Wait, come
same way?
again?
Or I heard fighters be saying that they can't fall asleep before the fight, like that night before the fight, or you rest good like it's nothing, second nature.
Oh, no, 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 I could definitely fall asleep, man. Definitely fall asleep. But no, yeah, after my fight, man, I stay up. I stay up for sure.
You
I get to
party,
enjoy that. I get to
you
really
you party,
enjoy
you
that.
party like
And
you
then I
party
think
like
that's
Tyson Fury.
that's my celebration.
You party like Tyson Fury did, like that. Yo, what
Yeah,
you feel
man.
about that fight?
It's
You was there.
Yeah, yeah. That fight was very good, man. Very good. It's exactly how I expected the fight to go. I predicted it being fifth round knockout by Fury, so I was definitely off, but I knew who was gonna win that fight. Um, At least I had that right. But
Yeah.
overall, it was a great fight, man. It's definitely what I expected. I knew that with a trilogy like that, these both guys have tasted the canvas. You know
Yeah.
what I'm saying? So like they know what it takes. You know, they
Hmm.
know how to drop each other down, and they did that. You know,
Yeah.
and everybody was just, it was nice to see it, man. I was sitting down the whole time, and I saw really what I saw was just everybody going up and down, up and down,
Yeah.
up and
Yeah.
down. You
Yeah.
know, people standing up, sitting down. I had the White Howard behind me, which was pretty dope, and
Okay.
it was cool, man. A couple, you know, Damian Lillard was out there, so it was cool, man. You could see like a lot of the stars were out that night, you know, and it was very fun.
That's what's up. That's what would you say like for a fight to a fighter to Wilder how to pick himself up from this loss or words of encouragement. What would you tell Deontay Wilder?
To Wilder, man, you know, you went out there and you did what you had to do, you know, and you did your best, you know. It's very hard when you have almost like a 400-pound guy leaning over you the whole time, you know. So I can only imagine, you know, and giving you that tough fight, man. You know, I wish him very well. You know, it's been a, maybe we could see him and AJ fight. You know,
Oh
that was a
yeah,
fight that many of us talked about years ago before Tyson Fury came in the picture. So, you know, I feel like maybe we could throw that in there and let that happen, you know. So, and you know, they both just coming off a defeat. So I think that, you know, for them that'll be like kind of like the last, like the icing on the cake, like whose career is pretty much you know, on the shelf.
yeah.
I really believe that, you know, like that's the end of it,
Yeah,
you
so
know.
you got the takeover promotion. So are you gonna now approach it like a promoter? Are you gonna go to these fighters and be like, "Hey, yo, we got this. Are you ready to fight?" Or because Mayweather Promotions already said that to Javante Tan Davis, they're not fighting outside of their promotional company. So they're gonna fight
Yeah,
Rody, of course. They're not looking to
no, my
fight
thing,
you.
Takeover Promotion is gonna have every outlet. You know, God willing, everything works that way where we're
Yeah,
able to have because I never burn my bridges with any of them. So I feel like I don't see why not, you know. Now I understand people have their way of doing things and stuff like that, but this is my own empire. I feel like if me and my father came with, you know, against all odds on this, I feel like anything's possible. So, you know, we're pretty much like they have access to, and I could move them to different, you know, different promoters, but not
yeah.
really. I'm a promoter, so different networks. Correction, you know,
That's what's
different
up.
networks. You know, some will be in the zone, some will be ESPN. You know, things like that, and I could work with those guys. Now I could be reaching and stuff or not know, but it's my thing is like that, man. I try to do the things that people feel like are not possible.
Yeah,
You know,
I think
you
I
know what I'm
think
saying?
that
So
I think with you
it's
is
like I feel like it's gonna be like a university for fucking for fighters. You know what I'm saying? Like it's
that's
because
what's
at the
up.
same time, Takeover Promotions is gonna be pretty much like I want to give them some guidelines on how to be their own boss and be their own fighter and how to move the way they need to become that next level fighter that boxing needs.
You
You know,
you
so like giving them like Takeover one-on-one classes. You know.
That's what's up. Hey, that's what you gotta do, man. You gotta teach. You gotta teach. What you feel about what Cambosa recently said because of your statement saying that that you was going through it this year and you wasn't mentally there a couple times and he's saying that he'll beat you because he feel like you weak. What do you feel about his statements?
They're just a reflection of him. You know, that's all it is. It's a reflection of himself. You know, and yeah, man. Tell show who explosive fighters. Yeah, yeah, yeah. You don't want that smoke with your champ. Thank you, Hector.
Good looking
Yeah,
out, Hector.
absolutely.
Good
I'm
looking out,
definitely looking
Hector.
forward to fighting the likes of Josh Taylor as well. Well, going back to Cambosis, I just feel like all that he's saying right now is just I don't even know at this point. You know, just to say what he wants to say, I guess. But I just feel like that's all a reflection of himself. You know, it's insecurities. You know, he's a man that's very insecure. You can see it. You know,
Yeah.
I know a lot of people like that. You know, I feel like you got to really embrace that. Um, you know, a lot of these guys, man, when they go in there and they fighting me, man, they feel the difference. You know, Lomachenko has fought, you know, hundreds and hundreds of fighters, you know, different styles all across the board, you
Yeah.
know, and he's fought, what else I could say? He's a two-time Olympic gold medalist, so he's definitely fought the top calibrated fighters.
Yeah.
So it's like what was the difference for me, right? What's the difference maker? Because only a real fighter knows a real fighter.
Yeah.
You know, a lot of people try to downplay it, but you can't downplay what I did. You can't. The ring
Yeah,
IQ
they
is
trying
just
to.
it's higher than the Matrix.
I said
You
it.
know what I'm saying?
They thought I was
It's higher than the
crazy.
high tech.
They thought I was crazy. They thought I was crazy when I said you was gonna outbox them. They thought I was crazy. They like the
I
only
think they're the
reason.
ones that are crazy, man.
I know, I know. Yeah, I think you know
You
what it
know,
is.
but
The people gotta,
um,
people gotta check the what you did in the amateur circuit as well. That you was a boxer. You was in the knockout artist like that. You was a boxer, so it was easy to be like, oh, he's gonna outbox him. So
no, yeah, it's true, man. But you know, it's just going out there. You know, I feel like sometimes it even plays a role of favoritism, right?
yeah,
You know, so with Vasily Lomachenko, there was probably a lot of favoritism back in the amateurs, you know, for him. You know, a lot of those things could play those roles, man. I know a lot of the coaches or dads that probably have their fighters or their sons or daughters fighting right now in the amateurs are probably like, yep, I know what he's talking about. You
uh,
know, it's that favoritism, man. It shouldn't be played like that, and especially in the sport. However, you know, they have their ways sometimes. So,
yo, you think,
um,
yo, you think they treating you like that because you fucked up the money?
say
You
again.
fu- they treated you like that because you fucked up the money, the golden goose money.
Yeah,
Loma,
I'm sure.
that's what it is.
Hey, but look, that's the thing, man. When you bet against Teofimo, man, you're gonna lose. You know, you don't
Mhm.
bet against us, man. This is the takeover. Just because of my age doesn't mean I don't know what I'm doing in my sport. You know,
Yeah,
you can't underestimate nobody. You can't underestimate guys like me. You know, never. You can't underestimate guys like me because we just come around and we bite you.
that's what's
Yeah,
up.
we put you on the plate and we got you right behind your neck. You don't even know we're eating you.
After Cambosa is Josh Taylor. That's public enemy number one.
Yeah, absolutely. I definitely want to get that fight with me and Josh Taylor. You know, because I don't see any of these guys at 135 wanting to fight with me. It's like they're waiting for me to drop my belts so that way they could go and like talk big game. You know, and it's like I see the way everything
Savage.
plays out. You know, so I'm just trying to stay focused. And nobody is calling out Josh Taylor. I feel like he's staying mad quiet with his belts now and just trying to, you know, get this one fight in with Adam
Yeah.
Catterall and then move up to 147 to face the winner of Porter and Crawford, probably.
And I know they took your words out of context when you was talking about. I know they took your words out of context when you was talking about the catch weight. So he could have an opportunity to be, if he beats you, he could have the opportunity to become a two-time undisputed. People
Yeah.
ain't people just wanted to twist your words and stuff like that. That
No,
was
it's
common
cool though.
sense.
Hey, if they want to call me whatever they want to call me, it's fine. I looked at it like this: like if there's so much going on with our sport right now, and you know this, and I feel like
Yeah.
everyone that's back at home seeing this and hearing this, like you guys should know this by now. Like if we have YouTubers and we have all these other people out here and con artists fighting and all this stuff, then why the heck we can't do something that's actually legit in the rules of regulation, like the legit way of doing something like this, and especially with two legit fighters, you
Yeah.
know, that are undisputed. And you can have them fight maybe across the pond if you want, meaning like the UK or something, or it could
Yeah.
be in New York, you know, like and just have all that where it's like winner takes double, you know, like
The thing, you know what they forget? They forget. Look, the Javante
you
Tank
can put
Davis.
like from Rocky, double or nothing, you know.
Look, the Javante Tank Davis versus Leo Santa Cruz. They was fighting for a belt, and it wasn't even.
Yes.
And what about Manny Pacquiao when he fought Margarito in a catch
It's just
weight?
that it's because it's
It's
Teofimo
you. It's
Lopez.
because of you, my brother. What's going? Why they ganging
Now,
up
if
on
this
you
was
like that?
anybody, I'm not gonna say like I don't know what it is that we did, but if it was anyone else, they would allow it. You know, they just don't want us to do a repeat, a back to back, and it'd be 135, 140. It's still gonna happen regardless, but I felt like double or nothing. That's how it could be named. And me and him looking at each other, like I could,
Oh, right.
like for real, like you see this, like the things that come in my mind,
They not they
like
not they
that would
not
be the
respecting the
name of the whole
promoter.
late. Like you know how they have different ones. I don't, you know, so it's like that, double or nothing, and it could be like it could be flags in the back, and like me and him just staring at each other, and it'd be like
Yo,
all
10,
8 belts, like
10, 10, because y'all both got
plus the
lineal.
2 ring magazines, like
That's 10
you know what I'm
belts
saying?
on the
That's
line.
10. I need 10 rings over here, man. I need 10 rings.
Yo, that's 10 sanctioning fees though, my brother.
That is
yo, that's like 3% each.
I know. I was telling him though. I told Bob, I was like, man, that's cool though, because as a world champion, like those are the things that come with it.
True,
We make
true.
so much at that point where it's like, what is that really gonna like for me to hold these belts? It's fine with me. You know what I'm saying? It's fine.
Mhm.
I feel like because at the end of the day, you gotta pay what you earn. I guess it's so weird.
Hey,
Everybody
I know.
gotta eat. You know what I'm saying? I guess everybody gotta eat.
And then you got to pay the belt fee too, the sanctioning fee and
I
the
know
belt fee.
how the f I gotta pay for being champion. Being a
It's
world champion.
crazy. That's crazy because it's on the line. It's crazy.
You gotta try. I should charge them for having me be a world champion.
Hey, everybody getting money on. Everybody gonna get money off of the fighters. Everybody want
Hey,
their
I
hands
know,
in the
but
cookie jar.
that's how they're able to stay as long as they've been in the game. So that
Yeah,
everybody gotta make their money somehow. So if they gotta charge us fighters for those world titles, hey, so be it. We getting paid an exponential amount of money. So it's like as long as you know what you're doing with that money,
yeah,
you know.
yeah. Jim Ross.
Everybody already plans. Like if you get somebody $1 million, I already know. Like they probably already have a plan on how they're gonna spend that $1 million. Um,
Facts.
get a fucking $300,000 car, then you're left with like 700K. So you're gonna get a house that's probably like 600K.
Mhm.
You know what I'm saying? Like, and then you left with like what? That's nine. Then you left with 100K.
Now you got a beautiful son that's on its way. Would you ever put your son to fight?
I'm gonna teach my son how to defend himself. Absolutely, absolutely. Now, if he wants to do boxing and follow the footsteps, then that'll be on his decision, his choice. But I am gonna teach him how to defend himself in case any kid wants to mess with my son. And probably say like, try to be that tough kid, that wants to prove a point because of their father. Like no, you don't have to.
Yeah.
I want to teach him how to defend himself though, so that if anybody wants to try, he knows what to say before he makes his first move. You
Mm.
know, so like he could definitely that way it kind of he knows how to move. He knows how to move away from situations like that.
That's
He could defend himself, and then but for boxing, yeah, I want to take him in all different sports first and foremost,
mm.
and then whichever one fits him the best, that's the one I'm gonna. He'll look at me, he'll tell me like, "Dad, this is it," and I'll be like, "Okay, this is it," you know,
Yo, you
and just focus on him on that. I'm gonna have my father really build him strong and build him real muscled up and tight like he did with me. My
that's
dad
what's up.
pretty much had me doing push-ups at the age of like 2, like
Damn.
2, 3. Like starting me real young.
Damn, senior. Chill, relax. Yo, what you was working out with Jorge Masvidal. Would you ever go to the UFC or MMA? Would that be an interest anytime?
I don't know. It depends, man. Maybe, who knows, really? I mean, who really knows? Only time will tell. If that ever comes and becomes like a thing for me where I could do it, then, if it makes money, it makes sense, I suppose. But I feel
No,
like, I
no,
feel
because you
like,
was in the
look, you got
UFC.
Clarissa
Everybody was
Shields
loving
doing
you
it.
when you was over there. You was in the
Huh?
UFC. When you was in the UFC the other day. Everybody was loving you out there.
Nah,
Want to
yeah,
see?
man, they're very supportive, man. It's very the atmosphere I would say is so different, but it's like you can feel the love. You know what I mean? Like
Mhm.
in boxing, you feel the noise, you feel that energy, and everybody's getting like pumped. But then over there in the UFC, I guess like you feel a lot of the love, the oohs and the ahs, but then you feel like a lot of love in it.
Yeah.
So it's great to see around those fighters like Jorge Masvidal. Definitely a humble guy, man. He's like, hey, whatever you need, my brother, let me know. And it's like, and it's got to that point, man. So yeah, man, he could definitely teach me a few things, and I'm sure that me being me, I would love to learn it.
Hey, yo, you got the athleticism. I think you could do some damage in the MMA. I think
Yeah,
so.
I just gotta be careful with them kicks, and then go for the punches right away.
Hey, I think the boxers always gets the best out of the MMA fighters. I'm just
But you
saying.
could tell, like, you could tell Punch, like a lot of them want to learn how to do stand up as well. So,
Mm-hmm.
you could see like when I was my dad was coaching Masvidal, hitting doing the mitts with him. I was in there as well, and he just really wanted to learn. Like he really wanted to learn how to do certain things, and you could tell he was practicing the whole time in the bag. And I was telling him certain things when you hit the bag, like what to do, how to hit it in certain ways, and like focus on that target from time to time, so that way you can perfect your accuracy. There's a
That's
lot of things that I do that it's not just hitting a punching bag for me. It's
yeah.
more like working on the tools that I'm trying to work on to better my craft.
That's what's up. That's what's up. Because there's a lot of there's a lot of professional that they stay with their amateur skill set. They never get better. There's only a
Yeah.
few fighters that usually get better. You know, Canelo Alvarez. You, I seen Jamel Charlo get better. There's only few fighters that get better after just learning on the job. Do you love learning more?
The
What?
thing is like the thing is like we never graduate, you know.
Mm,
There's no diploma from boxing. Like no, like you're always gonna evolve. That's up to you though. That's if you want to. You're always gonna evolve, you're always gonna grow. And I feel like we never graduate on that. So if you're willing to like fail and fail and fail over and over again just to perfect it and just to learn more and know more, I fail every day. I fail every day, I get humbled every day,
mm,
and that's just because I'm trying to grow so much and trying to learn more and more things from, like, I'm starting to do Tai Chi now. Tai Chi
oh,
is a martial, it's pretty much like a martial arts movement. Like I'm
okay.
learning how to become, like I'm learning the little tactics that Bruce Lee did, because I really want to flow. I really want to be like water. So when I'm in there and a guy's throwing the right hand, I'm flowing with that punch, and it's not even like a shoulder roll. It's on some other next level stuff. I really want to show people that you could really put martial arts into the sport of boxing and like really make it a beautiful dance like that. Like
It's a
boxing's a dance, man. I just really want to put each arsenal from each arsenal that every athlete and every great had, and
yeah.
implement that in the takeover.
Winning with fashion is a priority. Being entertaining is a priority. You just don't want to win. You want to win in a spectacular fashion.
Yes, you gotta entertain. You have to. This is the entertainment. This is the sports of entertainment. Every sport that's around this globe is entertaining. You
Mm-hmm.
know, to that person. Because I
Yeah,
could
yeah,
think of tennis and certain things. I may not think that it's that entertaining, but it's entertaining for others. So, things like that. I really, you have to. My dad taught me that at a very young age. He said, "You
yeah.
gotta entertain."
That's facts.
From so I've been doing this at a young age, so it comes natural to us.
Yeah.
You know.
Yo, tell the world when they listen. What's one question or few questions you'd be like, yo, my man, don't ask me that question no more. To all the reporters out there, all the media, that you be like, diablo, este tigre con este question. What's these questions that you don't want to answer no more? Like, my man, don't ask me this shit no more. Tell the people
Um,
that you tired of. Like, yo,
the one I'm tired of is where they ask me like, who do I want to fight from Devin and Garcia and Tank, when they know the answers. Those guys don't want to fight me. I'm willing to fight each and every one. So I get tired with that same question. It's like, come on, y'all. Like those guys had the opportunities. Like they've had it. It's been knocking on their door. Uh, no, we're still gonna fight him. But I'm saying, like, he asks me the question of it. Like that's my response to that. It's like over and over again. It's the same thing. So I come to and I look at them like, come on, Punch, you know it. Like the
yeah,
media of boxing, they all know. So it's like, don't play me for being stupid. Like I'm not stupid.
mm-hmm.
Like you guys know
Yeah,
just as much as I know that even Bob Arum just announced it at the same, that the Haneys didn't even show up to make the fight happen. You
mm-hmm.
know, so
Fact.
it's like Bob Arum himself said it, because that's where we were gonna fight. We were gonna fight where they were negotiating with ESPN so that we can make the fight happen there.
Yeah,
So it was like, and then Bob Arum is telling you it's because it happened, guys. Like, and
yeah.
I'm
He
not
said,
lying because I know.
yeah. He said that they didn't show up, and I knew they were supposed to have a meeting in the summer, and I heard they didn't show up, or they tried to say that they lowballed the offer.
Bullshit. Nobody even. That's where they were gonna. That was gonna be the place where they negotiate what they're gonna get.
Mm-hmm.
Well, you think Bob is gonna call them and be like, "Hey, we'll give you X amount of dollars"? No, they wanted to show them. They were gonna have a sheet, a contract, or whatever, and show them what they're gonna what they're planning to pay them from their budget that they got from their network.
So they,
From ESPN.
so ladies and gentlemen, they ducked the negotiations. They didn't want to. They didn't want to
No, but it's
negotiate.
yeah, it's that.
Hey,
you
they ain't
know
show up.
but that's exactly, so it's like, come on now, it's crazy. Like, this kid walks around with that WBC belt everywhere he goes, because that's the only thing that they believe that is keeping them, like, that's the only thing that's keeping them relevant. But it's not even a real belt. It's not
Mm,
even a real, it's not the real WBC. Like, I'm not gonna lie, me and Devin are getting we're getting played from the WBC in some way, and not in any disrespect or discard. I know you said I'm the man, but still, it's like, I just when you the man, you're the man, right?
yeah, yeah. But see, at least,
You know what I'm saying?
at
Like,
least you real to say that. You know what I'm saying? They don't want to say it. You at least you real to say. In some ways we both getting played. But at least you
yeah, in
real
some
enough
way
to
we
say
both
that.
getting played. However, at least I'm not getting played to that extent like he is.
Mm,
You know what I'm saying? Because at the end of the day, like, I beat the man that had the WBC belt. I beat that man that beat the man to get that belt. So it's like, I'm not really. Yeah, we both getting played to some degree.
yeah.
True, but it's not as bad on my end as it is on his. You know what I'm
Fact.
saying?
Facts. And like you said in one of the interviews, you don't need to carry a whole bunch of belts so everybody knows in the room that you're a champion. When you got legends, I said this. Look, you got legends like Julio Cesar Chavez. When they see you, they be like, "Yo, undisputed." Tito Trinidad, undisputed. You saw Antonio Tarver, the undisputed. Mike Tyson, Manny Pacquiao. Like, forget about the YouTubers, forget about these independent media, forget about these haters. Where your contemporaries, I ain't talking about just contemporary. When the legends look at you and they be like, "Yo, undisputed champ, fuck everybody else, Tio. Fuck everybody else."
Ah,
Simple.
yeah, absolutely. Like, it's I get so much respect from those guys that I looked up to since a little kid, man. It's sometimes so surreal,
Yeah.
when I talk to them and they're like, "Yo, champ," and I'm like, "Oh shit, you calling me
Mm-hmm.
champ?" Like, "Oh, yo," and like the guys like Duran,
Duran, yeah,
Chavez,
Roberto Duran too. Yeah.
excuse me, but yeah, so many of those greats, even Tyson, I gave Tyson, I let him autograph one of my belts, and what he put in there was awesome. It was the WBC belt. He says, "To the best fighter in the world," and he signs Mike Tyson. I said, "Yo, that's my belt." Like, yo, Oscar De La Hoya, I had him sign my Ring Magazine belt because he's the owner of Ring Magazine,
Yeah.
and he says, "Stay you," and he's telling me, like, just be who you are, because that's what we see the most in you.
Yeah,
You know,
man.
you have what we all had back then, and you're just bringing it back here now, and we miss that. So I'm like, man, like, that's love. That's a lot of love, man. That's a lot of support across the board.
That's what it is. That's facts. I mean, if I was in your position, man, and I got these legends that everybody looked up to, and they look at me like that, man, and some YouTubers saying some other shit, nah, man. Hey, yo, call Mike Tyson. He'll tell you who I am. Go ahead. You know?
Nah, yeah, it's just it's everybody got their thing, right? So I look at it like I'm just trying to and it'll be great, just to have them. Man, if I could, I'll have those legends come and see me train, so like they could drop some knowledge in me, tell me like, this is how I used to do this, so try to do this, and I'm like, oh, okay, I got you.
Yeah.
Like, and try to take that from each one of them and put that into my arsenal. Like, that's what it's about. I learned that. I
Yeah.
learned at a young age. I grabbed little bits of stuff, like from Roy Jones Jr. to Pernell Whitaker to Tyson, the way his demeanor was every time he walked in the room, like that. Um, Muhammad Ali, his charisma, how
Yeah.
he was. I'm kind of like letting people know, like, these were the things I studied. you know, and
Yeah.
I will go back in the, I will even talk to myself in the mirror and like, cause it's always the same questions, right, Punch?
Hmm.
Like when you ask a fighter certain things, the first thing is like, hey, how was training camp? Like, how was camp?
Yeah.
You know, so it's like, how, all right, cool. Like, I know what you're going to say, and I'm ready for those questions. You know, you
Yeah.
prepare yourself for that.
Yeah, it's just a rhetorical question. Like, you know, I'm what I'm doing here. You don't see the damn body, or you think I got this from eating pies or something like that? You know, I'm working hard.
Yeah,
But
you know, you gotta stay focused. You always gotta stay motivated, and you gotta stay grounded. You know, I think that's the main thing. Like, I get humbled, man, and I take that with so much, how can I say, so much patience and peace with it. You know,
yeah,
I'm actually always looking forward to in a new day. Like, am I gonna get humbled? I'm looking forward to it because it's like, and now I don't mean it in like in the fighting. Like, I ain't
yeah,
gonna get humbled there.
yeah,
I'm
yeah,
just saying like in just in life, you know,
yeah.
in
Well,
life and things, and like there's gonna be people that want to test me, and I just say I got so much. Like, I got my son on the way. I can't lose that. You know,
true,
just, you
true.
know, I can't throw my life away just for, just because I got somebody that feels some type of way with us. I
Nah,
just try to take everything, stay positive.
nah, man. It's a hard sport. Before you got on, I was talking about that. 90%, even the legends that we love, they all had depression while they was fighting or after they fighting. You know, Ricky and Oscar De La Hoya, Sugar Ray Leonard, Mike Tyson. And I just wanted to ask you, as a fighter, like, so people could understand that the sacrifice, because y'all say sacrifice, but I don't think people really understand what what's the pressure like. What is the sacrifice like? Can you like elaborate just a little bit so people can understand as a fighter?
Sacrifices, you putting you're putting anywhere from 18 to 20 hours into the stuff that you're into, like your craft. You know, you're only taking away 4 hours maybe. Like, I barely sleep. Like, that's sacrifices though. Like, I'm sleeping, but then I'm working, and just pretty much like how everybody has like a 9 to 5, right? If we all have like a 9 to 5 or 8 to 4, whatever you want to call it, like you gotta sacrifice certain things, like going to the club, going out there to party. You gotta, like, all right, you just got out of work, now go back to your other work that you're looking forward to. Like, those are the sacrifices. You know, when you got a whole bunch of friends coming over and they want to hang out with you, you gotta tell them like, nah, man, I really need to get on this and stay focused on this. You know,
Yeah,
the sacrifices are just um putting your phone down, you know, pretty much not really interacting with your friends as much because they know that you just trying to stay focused. If they support you on that, then they support you.
yeah,
Um, friends, family. A lot of sacrifice in those areas, man, where you can't really be around them because of this and that. You know, and really the food. The what you eat, what you're doing. The amount of stuff that you're trying to do and how long it takes.
yeah,
Because, man, I'll be honest, like, I'm tired. I'm tired. I'm tired, but it's like I gotta keep going. I gotta keep working. I gotta
yeah,
keep focusing on how do I become from a legend or from a great, because I don't think of myself as a legend yet, but how do I turn myself from being a great fighter to a GOAT? you know like,
that's
and
what's
those are
up.
the things, like, I gotta, okay, if I gotta minimize this more for that, I'm gonna do it.
Yeah,
If I got to if I gotta take away myself from being around certain things at the moment in the public's eye, I'm doing that because I'm in that box, and I'm in that box focusing on building something real big. So
yeah,
when I come back out there, people are gonna be like, "Whoa! Like, did you just see that?" Like, I'm looking forward to fighting against Cambosos, and I see myself first round knocking him out. But I
for
just want
sure.
everybody to see, like, that's my mentality. Like, and I'm saying it. I'm gonna make sure I do it. So it's like just really holding
That's
that
what's up.
vision. So sacrifices, man. It's just um, fuck what people say.
Huh.
Fuck it, fuck it. Like, you really
Yeah,
have to IDGAF, like, I don't give a fuck, like, excuse my language, but that's really how you have to treat it. Like, I don't care what you're saying, I don't care what you're talking about. You're not where I'm here, like, I'm here and you're not for a reason. So let me keep doing my thing.
when it
Like, you know.
when it's
You're
also
just watching from the bleachers, and I'm over here really making this work. So it's like until then, like that's the mentality, and I stay like it may sound like a dick move, it may sound like an asshole, but it's like even Jordan understood it. He would scream at his teammates. You know, Kobe understood it. He would go into listen to Michael Myers, and before he entered the game, like you gotta really
zone
keep
in,
that.
zone
You
in.
really gotta be on that mindset.
Yeah, the Mamba mindset.
Yeah, Mamba
Killer.
mentality. You know,
Yep.
I'm 24, so I've been very big on listening to Kobe. You know, when I was fighting Lomachenko, they had the on Netflix series the Last Dance.
Oh
You know, and I
yeah.
was just drinking
Yeah.
wine, and I was 23. You know what I'm
Uh-huh.
saying? So it's like I really am putting that in. You know, and then I'm gonna watch Bruce Lee. You know what I'm saying?
Hey,
Like
hey,
all
yeah,
that.
that's the man. What you want people to say about you when it's all said and done?
That Teofimo was a good man. You know, like a great man. Like he was a great person, great human being. Like that's
That's
what I
what's
really want. Where everybody's like, he really wanted to help the whole community. Like he
that's
really
what's
wanted to help everybody across the board. Didn't care uh who they were with or anything like that. Like he really just wants to help. Like he wanted to be neutral with everything
yeah,
and just help everybody along the way. Cause I know everybody got to eat, you
yeah,
know,
man.
but it's all about doing it in the right ways, you know, and like you know, trying to give them a good example. So be like, you know, Teofimo was like a great role model
That's what's up.
to everyone out there. He inspired me, you know, because I get a lot of inspiration from those greats, and even the ones that passed away
Yeah.
along the way, you know, along the journey. So it's like I want to be that fighter. I want to be that person. Not even a fighter. I really want to be that person, that human being that everybody says that's a great man right there.
Yeah, and for last question, because you good busy dude, still training, trying to get this Cambosa fight. What would you tell a person that's looking on that they down and out? They have no hope. They have no hope. What would you tell them right now if they looking on?
I would tell them pray. You know, get on your knees. When life gets too hard to stand, kneel. You know, pray. I had to do that. You know, I'm not saying that I don't do it at all. I do it always, but you know, throughout this whole time, I've been doing the most of it. Is that you know,
That's good.
praying. You know, pray when I wake up, pray when I go to bed. You know, because tomorrow's never promised. So anybody that's going through certain things right now in life, pray. You know, prayers are always heard, and prayers is the most powerful thing that you could really do. I know it may sound cliche and stuff like that, but it's a true thing. You know, it's not something that people just throw out there just for advertisement. It's a
Yeah,
real thing. You
yeah,
know, Jesus walks with us everywhere that we go. So I feel like we just got to be the ones to sit down and kind of be humble about it and listen, you know,
yeah,
and then watch everything unfold to you, you know, because a lot of people love, right? Love is the closest thing. They say love is the closest thing to magic, but it's not true. Love is magic, you know, and the person that is love is God, you know, and the only way we get to God is through Jesus, you know, and I mean that on. I know it sounds preaching, you know, but
hey, preach, my brother, preach.
it's really you got to take care of your body, man. Take care of your mental. We all are beautiful in God's eyes, right? He made us. He
Yeah,
made us in the shape and form that we are. Now the shape is up to us if we want to stay that way. But he made us in these forms, you know, these physical forms. So it's all about just embracing that and loving yourself, you know. Stop trying to look for acceptance of somebody else because they may not even love themselves, you know. So for everyone that's going through hard times, really just take that in, endure your pain. Try not to I know a lot of people tend to try to smoke their pain away or do whatever type of thing to ignore that pain, but that pain is always going to be there. So if anything, it's better to face those pains and endure them, and if Jesus died for us for those with those many slashes and cuts and everything among him, like why can't we face the pains that we're going through? You know, so for everybody, like endure that, face those pains, face those and cry. Who cares? You know, I cry. You know what I'm saying? Like I cry when I need to, and the man I'm crying to is the man above. So it's like I don't, I don't see myself less. You know, so nobody's less in this world. You know, when people ask me like, man, I thought you would be some type of way, I'm like, no, like we all bleed the same. I'm not different than anyone else.
Yeah,
know what I'm
man.
saying? Like I carry that. I'm not different than anybody else, you know, and I may be different when I'm out there in my sport, but
Mm,
you know, that's just in my sport. You know, so it's
yo,
you know, just everybody, man, just start with you, pray, you know, get on your knees, man, and ask for forgiveness for any of the things that you don't know.
It's Rolly's birthday, bro. We gotta go.
ah.
We gotta go. The show's over.
Hey, yo, amen, brother.